Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nanya. So today's video is a video I'm reacting to. Interestingly, so I saw this news about this innocent 5-year-old boy that was taken for swimming by a particular school somewhere in Ikeja in Lagos, and the boy drowned. So I was interested in this story. Why would you take a child for swimming and the child drowned? A lot of questions came to me when I saw the headline. Before I even read it, I was like, where was the lifeguard? Where was the swimming instructor? Where were the teachers? 5-year-old went for swimming. This is an activity that is intended, right? So what happened? So I decided to read the story. A 5-year-old pupil of the Redeemers Nursery and Primary School, Ogba, Lagos State, Chidera has drowned during a swimming lesson organized by the school in the Keja area of the state. Punch Metro gathered that some teachers and caregivers of the school took Chidera and his colleagues for the swimming lessons at the Ivory Health Club, Ogwedano Street, Ikeja. During the training, Chidera and his colleagues were said to be playing at the tip of the pool when he slipped into it. His father, Anthony, while speaking to our correspondent on Wednesday, said the teachers, caregivers, and lifeguards were not aware that his son had fallen into the pool until he drowned. He said in the footage, "We saw that the school brought up over 15 children, took them to the adult side of the swimming pool, and made them sit at the tip with their legs in the water and without wearing any kit. We saw only one caregiver in the video, and she was going in and out, leaving the children unmanned. My son was at the tail end of the line when he slipped into the pool the first time, but he was able to bring himself out of the pool. But the second time he slipped into the water, he could not come out. All this happened and none of the teachers, caregivers, and lifeguards took notice of what was happening. My son was under the water for over 30 minutes, and we were all shouting as we watched the video. Another pupil fell into the water, but her colleague raised the alarm and they pulled her out. And while this was going on, nobody noticed that my son was in the pool. My son died because of the recklessness of these people who were supposed to take care of him. I want justice to forestall this kind of thing happening again. The caregivers, lifeguards, and the school management and the Ivory Club can't go unpunished. My son's corpse has been deposited in the morgue."
He didn't see any lifeguard. He saw one caregiver, and she kept going in and out. She didn't stay with the kids. They were in the adult pool.
Oh my Lord!
They were by the. They were sitting. All the kids were sitting
on the
ledge on the edge of the pool.
Yeah.
His son fell in the first time. He managed to get himself out. Nobody was there
to help him.
He got himself out. Another child fell in. Somebody alerted. One of her colleagues alerted. They helped that one out. The son was in the pool for 30 minutes.
Oh my Lord! I can know. Oh.
30.
Oh, Father in heaven.
I didn't want to read that story because, we all have children, grandchildren. So I did, but I listened to it on the radio. I said, read this story. And when I read it, I mean the negligence. The negligence.
Criminal negligence.
Honestly. Children, 15 of them.
Thank God he went to ask for that CCTV. It wasn't emotional. I just got to. Somebody went straight to the CCTV. We can find out.
What he didn't even mention was that he kept asking what happened. They asked the head teacher, asked the teachers, all those who were supposed to be in charge. They said they didn't know what happened. It took him taking the police to the hotel to find out what happened.
The
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Not only her.
He said while they were watching the CCTV, everybody was just shouting, ha, ha. It was another person who is not involved, who came to do his own swimming, that discovered the body in the pool.
Oh, Father in heaven.
Can you imagine?
And it shocked me to my bone marrow that a 5-year-old was taken for swimming, and then he was left at the adult side of the pool. He slipped into the pool. They said he was in the pool for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And I'm like, wait, how many minutes do you even have for swimming lessons? How long do you have to stay in a pool that a child will have to spend 30 minutes in the pool? And they didn't notice the child was in the pool. But no one saw that the other boy was in the pool. It was later that somebody else that came into the pool, and saw this lifeless body in the pool. That was the person that raised an alarm to say, somebody is in the pool. They said that while they were watching the CCTV footage, that they were just screaming that, nobody, somebody, anybody, whobody. So I was worried too as an adult, as a parent, and as a teacher. That's why I'm even making this video, that who was the teacher that went with these children? Who was the swimming instructor? Because if you take people for swimming, you must know how to swim to be able to teach people to swim. So you must be a swimming instructor to be able to teach people to swim. So who was the swimming instructor that took these children out? Who was the person? Who was the lifeguard? Where was the lifeguard that was attached to the pool owned by this club? So these are the questions. So where were the adults? Where were the people responsible for these children? 15 of them. One teacher I know can man 15 children. By our training as teachers, I know one teacher can man. But when you're taking children out of the school, one teacher is not enough. You guys know that. You don't send one teacher with more than 10 children out of the school. Maybe if they're just 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. But the moment they have more than 10, 2 teachers go with them. Then the swimming instructor. And this is just sheer negligence. See, if you're a teacher watching this video, now you're beginning to see the reason why you should have eyes at the back of your head. Now you see the reason why you do not just neglect certain things. I'm just thinking in my head, the teacher that brought these children to school maybe went outside to buy bread. I'm just thinking, because where was the adult? That's the only question I'm asking. Where was the adult? Where was the teacher? You're very conscious. You bring people to the pool or you take them out of the school, you're consciously counting. Where is XYZ? Where is ABC? Your eye is here. Your eye is at the side of your head. Your eye is at the back of your head. So, because I've worked with children for years, so I'm beginning to wonder, how did you live? Some things are strange to me. Honestly, when you pass by the road and you hear a beggar say, Akuba, Daba, Lomajari, be shouting, Amen, oh, Amen, oh, because sometimes, see, even certain things, if certain things are destined to happen, let's just assume, like we see in this part of the world, maybe it was destined to happen, maybe that's how the boy was supposed to go. Let us assume that it was destined to happen. Please don't let that destiny happen in your hand. 1, 2, even if that destiny had chosen to even happen in your hand, if they checked through that CCTV, they would have seen what you did. What did you do? I think that would have been the big question. They would have seen what you did, and that would have exonerated you. Let's just assume that it was destined to happen, right? That would have exonerated you. That would have saved you. That would have covered your shame. That would have covered your name. That would have taken you out of whatever punishment, or even if they were going to give you any form of punishment, right? It would have been mitigated. They would have looked into the fact that you did something about it, but you couldn't help the situation after you had done what you were supposed to do, and after you had done the things that you were meant to do. So they would have looked at all of that consideration, and would have left you. And I say that a lot to teachers, that see, if something was destined to happen, if something was supposed to have happened, and you have done what you were supposed to do, you would have been saved. And that's always my line of argument. If you had done what you were supposed to do, if you had done what you were meant to do, if you had done something about that situation, you would have been at least exonerated. That's my point. You may not have been able to save that child. You may not have been able to save that life. You may not have been able to take the situation out of where it was. But you would have been saved by the thing that you do, or what you have done, or the step that you are taking to at least make. Oh God, see, I'm just tired. You would have been saved. You would have been saved. That's why I keep saying to teachers, what did you do? When they bring matters to me, and there was a time I headed the disciplinary committee, and the first question I usually ask the teacher, what did you do about the situation? What steps did you take? What actions? What did you do? Is it not what you did? Can save you from a lot of things, especially if it's something that was destined to happen. Or something that was destined to happen. What you did would have saved you. Who was the teacher? Who was the driver that drove the children to the place? Where was the lifeguard? Where was the swimming instructor? So these are the questions to ask. I just pray for the parents of this child that God will just strengthen them. Honestly, because I'm a parent as well, that God will strengthen them, and God will just rest that innocent boy's life in peace. And grant them the fortitude to bear this loss. And that everyone responsible for the loss of this life be brought to justice. It could have been anybody. The reason I'm making this video, we're all teachers, for those who are watching me, I'm also a teacher. So parents, please, let's continue this conversation in the comment section, because I'm getting heated up right now. Let's just continue it in the comment section so that next time we would be able to do something about situations. I hope this helps. Please like this video, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.